Hi and welcome to this information session giving you all the details and all the information about the Entrepreneur Circle Certified Coaching License. My name is Nigel Bottrell. I'm the founder of Entrepreneur Circle, an organisation that's been around for over 10 years now, supporting many thousands of businesses in the UK and overseas. In this session today, what we're going to cover is the following. I'm going to talk you through the story of the Entrepreneur Circle Certified Coaching License. I'll give you all the origins, where it came from, because I think that will help you to understand much better what it is all about. Just in case I get the first bit wrong, we'll go through explicitly what the license is and how that works. I'll then break down why our certified coaches are being so successful, because there is a structure and a thread to that. We'll look at the earning potential for you and others on this coaching license. Then talk about what we bring to the party, our promises to you. We'll look at who makes a good coach, because there are certain characteristics and things that you will need to bring to the party. And then I'll answer all the kind of regular questions and explain how, if this is something that's of interest to you, how you can take it further and what the next steps are. So that's the flow and the order that we're going to go through things. But first, before I get into any of that, just to cover off very briefly who this is for and indeed who it's not for. Because the best people that make the best coaches we've discovered over the last few months and years are either existing business coaches or consultants, people that want a proven system so they can get all the clients that they need and get results for them, or it's people who want to become a business coach or a consultant, because what you get with this coaching license is all the training, all the tools, all the templates, all the frameworks and all the support that you'll need to kickstart your success. Now, this isn't for people who are looking for a get-rich-quick scheme. As it says on the screen there, you can go back to your Bitcoins and your stock market hacks, because that's not what this is about. And it's also not for anybody who is unwilling or unable to put the effort in. I'm not going to pretend that what we are going to talk about today is easy. It is absolutely doable and achievable, but it does require work. And if you can't put the work in, then this won't help you. So hopefully that clarifies the audience that will get the most out of the next 40 minutes or so. If you're still here, well, let's dive in with the EC Certified Coaching License with the full story. And really just to go, I'll do this fairly briefly, but I started my own entrepreneurial journey a long time ago now, back in 2003. And I actually started out as a consultant, as a marketing consultant. And that's when I started my own kind of coaching and consultancy business. But since then, with my team, we've got quite a large team now here at our offices, based in the NEC in the Midlands. We've built 9 separate £1 million plus businesses right here in the UK. And one of the most successful of those, and one of the most long lasting, because it's in its 15th year now, is a little business called The Best Of, which became the fastest growing franchise in the UK when it was first introduced back in 2005. And The Best Of continues to thrive to this day with a lot of very successful franchisees across the country. Now, on our way through, there were other businesses that I kicked off and started and had a lot of success with. We were able to collect quite a lot of awards as well, including some of the most prestigious awards that are available in the UK. And then in 2010, we accidentally created a phenomenon. And I say accidentally because it really did come about by accident. I ran some training in 2009 for my Best Of franchisees, and it was training that went down very, very well. And we did a little video to promote it to the franchisees that hadn't been on the training. But rather than send that video out just to our franchisees, my colleague that handled it made a mistake and sent it to all those franchisees' customers. and it went to like 10,000 business owners. And a lot of them were very understanding, but in the responses that we got were quite a few people saying, how do we get hold of this training? And that was the first time that I'd taken our material and our content and the techniques that we used and shared them with business owners outside of my own organisation, outside of my own franchise network. And it was quite a shock for me to realise that stuff that we thought was obvious and straightforward was actually quite revelationary. And it was as a result of those sessions that we ran, and those sessions only came about because someone accidentally sent the video to the wrong people. By the way, I wish I could claim that it was done accidentally on purpose, but it wasn't. It genuinely was an accident. But as a result of that, that was the point of conception for what became Entrepreneur Circle, which we launched in 2010. And Entrepreneur Circle has got a very straightforward purpose. It exists to educate, motivate, help and inspire business owners to do more than they ever thought possible. And over the last 10 years, we have helped over 20,000 entrepreneurs to get and keep more customers. That's the natural space of Entrepreneur Circle. It's what we're really good at. It's the marketing, it's the getting and keeping of customers. That is what we specialise in. Now, along the way, and I am getting to the point where the coaching journey comes here, I wrote a book called Botty's Rules, which was the Small Business Book of the Year a few years ago, sold over 100,000 copies as that book. And as a result of the work that Entrepreneur Circle has done, we've been invited to get involved with a whole lot of other things across the country and indeed across the world. This was me with Sir Richard Branson at the relaunch of the Branson Centre for Entrepreneurship in the Caribbean, which we were invited to play a part in and to help to kickstart. And as a result of the work that Entrepreneur Circle was doing, in 2016 we launched our own coaching program where we began to work one-on-one with individual business owners, and hundreds of businesses applied, and I dedicated a portion of my team to working with them on a one-to-one basis, and we've had really quite remarkable results with a very large portion of our clients. Just very briefly, I think the story, invaluable, my best 6 months in business ever. Lots more profit for Tony Holmes. Adrian Maitch is 40 grand up on last year. Alex Young made an extra £15,000 from one call as a result of the input from his Entrepreneur Circle coach. Andrea Bayliss has exceeded her targets every single month. Andy Taylor's doubled his inquiries. Angus Burnett has seen every part of his business change for the better. Anika got nearly 25 grand from a single webinar. Anna Hare in Norwich went from her worst year ever to her best year ever once she got her coach on board helping her. Derek Mason, a structural engineer, was able to double his profits. Just one idea from a coach helped Gary Tyler make an extra £40,000. James Feeks is actually achieving his goals now. James Middleton's another one who's doubled his profits within the first 12 months. Jeremy Tyler's gone a bit further, 156% up. Maxine is killing her financial targets right now. Nick Ash is making more money than he has before. It was under his nose right along, which we often find with many of the clients that we work with. I could talk to you for probably several hours, in truth, relating the stories of big businesses that have had success as a result of the EC coaching program, which is run from our offices there. You can see them. We're just a mile from Birmingham Airport on the outskirts of the NEC in the heart of the West Midlands. And Michelle, Stuart and Orla that you see on that slide, on that graphic there, are the three people that are delivering the Entrepreneur Circle coaching program to over 150 clients. That's what we serve from our head office here. And because we've been working with so many businesses in so many different sectors for what is quite a long time now, over quite a few years, it gave us the visibility and the experience and the insight to understand the things that are working in all these different industries and niches. And so last year, in 2019, I sat down with my team and we invested a lot of time during the summer and autumn of 2019 to develop what's become the Entrepreneur's Marketing and Sales System. And we sat down and say, look, can we systemize how a business gets and keeps its customers, how a business moves from wherever it is right now to where the business owner wants it to be? And we've been able to do that. We've been able to create a system. There are 5 parts to it, as you see there. It starts by understanding the gap between where a business is now and where the owner wants it to be. There's then a whole load of foundation blocks, 11 of them in total, that need to be put in place. When those foundation blocks are in place, we can fix the marketing. Once we fix the marketing, we have to have the right scoreboard, the scorecard that's checking the right things that are going through. And once you've been through this process, the first time to stabilize it, you go through it again to optimize it, and then you go through it again to maximize it. And what we've discovered is that the most effective way that we can help any small business to get and keep customers is for us to coach them using the Entrepreneur's Marketing and Sales System. And when we do that, it works remarkably well, hence all those stories, and there are many, many, many dozens more that I could share with you. But there we struck a problem, because we're full, I mean really full. We haven't got any more capacity for our coaches to take on more clients. As I said, we're at 150 clients. It's 50 clients each that Michelle and Stuart and Orla have. But what if we had other people out there? What if we had an army of people out there using the coaching techniques that we've developed and become so proficient at? Well, then we could have a really big impact. An Entrepreneur Circle for me has always been about impact, and that's why that is essentially the very brief and abridged story of how the Entrepreneur Circle Certified Coaching License came into fruition. We launched it in the middle of January 2020, so it's been running just less than 6 months now as the time that I'm actually recording this video. We brought on board 60 coaches in our first wave, and they got started during February and the early part of March this year. And some of those coaches are already full. Now, just to be clear, they're not full at 50 clients, but they don't want 50 clients. They're full at 15 clients or 20 clients. And of course, that's happened during the first half of 2020, which will go down in history forevermore as the period when this little blighter caused carnage, not just in this country, but across the whole world. But what's been really interesting since we launched the coaching license, well, 2 things actually. One is that actually our coaches have been able to acquire clients during the lockdown at quite reasonable pace, which is interesting and worthy of note. But the second thing that's also very interesting is that over 2,000 new businesses have joined Entrepreneur Circle during the lockdown period. It's a large number. It's our biggest ever quarter of growth in the whole 10-year history of EC in terms of people coming in and joining it at our core membership level. And that's also very insightful and instructive, because what it tells you is that right now, in a time of great uncertainty, business owners are looking for certainty. They're looking for help and guidance and direction, which is what we do in Entrepreneur Circle. And it's exactly what happens with our coaches, whether it's our in-house coaching team or it's our team of licensed coaches, the 60 of them that are right across the country. So that's how the license thing has developed. That's how it's come across. It's rooted in quite a deep heritage now over what is 15, 16 years since I started working with businesses, 10 years since Entrepreneur Circle was created, and then really the catalyst that's brought it all together, that development of the EMS, the Entrepreneur's Marketing System in 2019, and then the first wave of coaches that came on board in January and are already having such a lot of success. And now is the time for us to kick on and extend the reach and the impact that the EC certified coaching license can have. So let me explain what this license is all about. As I said a moment or two ago, EC exists to educate, motivate, help and inspire business owners to achieve more than they ever thought possible. And there's never been a more important time for business owners to be achieving, because small businesses are the very heartbeat of our economy. They provide the jobs, they pay the taxes, and we create the products and the services to keep the whole world turning. And here's the problem, because most businesses, most small businesses in particular, well, they're started by a practitioner, someone who is good at what they do, whether that is being an accountant or being an electrician, or they're passionate about HR and people, or they're a great florist, arranging flowers in the most beautiful way. But what they're not great at is getting customers. And that never really used to matter. I mean, for 70 years after the war, if you were a small business, all you had to worry about was three things when it came to marketing. You took the biggest ad you could afford in Yellow Pages, you had a lot on word of mouth, and if you're a bit flash or really ambitious, you went in the local paper. And that was it for a long, long time. But over the last 10 or 15 years in particular, marketing has changed a lot. This graphic came across my desk last year. It's a graphic, look how confusing that is. It professes to show all the tools that are available to businesses to help market themselves in 2019 and 2020. And that is overwhelming for anybody, even an accomplished and marketer like myself. That's kind of quite a scary thing. But the secret to growing any business isn't to try and do 1,000 different things. The secret is to focus on the fairly small number of right things and do them in the right order and in the right way that gets you the results. And when you do that, you crack what we call the rhythmic acquisition of customers. Just think about that phrase, the rhythmic acquisition of customers. A consistent, predictable flow that's rhythmic coming into any business. For some business, if you're a restaurant, when the lockdown's over, you might need 100 customers a night as your rhythm. If you are a renovator of yachts, you might need 4 customers a year as your rhythm. We actually have one of those in Entrepreneur Circle. So for most people, the rhythm is somewhere between the two. You need more than 4 customers a year, but you don't need 100 every single day. Somewhere in between is your space, whatever business it is that people are running. And the problem with all this whole marketing piece is that small business owners don't understand it all, because it isn't as simple as it used to be. It's really quite complicated right now. They are overwhelmed by all the things that they could be doing. They're bamboozled and confused. They're ignorant of some of the best and most powerful techniques that bringing rhythmic acquisition into any business. But what the majority of them are is completely uncertain as to what it is that they should be doing, and the end result is they have no rhythmic acquisition of customers. And that scenario that I've played out on that graphic there, that applies to well over 90% of all businesses in the UK. And that scenario is the perfect environment for an Entrepreneur Circle certified coach to go in to a business that's in that place and help it markedly, measurably, tangibly, and often very, very quickly. Because business owners that are feeling overwhelmed and bamboozled and confused and ignorant and uncertain of what to do, well, they would love someone to come in and clear the fog. Someone to give them a system, a structure that keeps it simple, because that's what the EMS system does. A system that gets the right number of customers coming in for them in a rhythmic way and gives them the tools to keep those customers coming back for more. And I promise you this, if I've learned anything over the last 10 years, the vast majority of business owners cannot do this on their own. And that's why the EC coaching program is full. That's why we've got a waiting list, because we've developed a system. It's a system that works. It's a system that cracks the rhythmic acquisition of customers, and it's been proven now over many years and with many hundreds of customers, not just with our in-house team, but now through our existing coaching licensees as well. Oh, and by the way, the system also works for our coaches to attract their own clients. Funny that, isn't it? When you've got a system that works, can be deployed in pretty much any industry or niche. As I remind you, that they're the 5 very simple parts to the system. Finding the gap, i.e. where is the business now? We have to understand that. And where does it want to be? We have to understand what that gap is that we're trying to fill. We then put the foundation blocks in place. Anything sustainable in this world has a foundation on which it is built, and that is a case for successful marketing. But with the gap identified, the foundation built, we're then able to fix the marketing and keep the score as we go along, so we know what needs tweaking and changing, and we can get then therefore the results that the business owner needs. We do it once to stabilise, twice to optimise, and a third time to maximise. So the clients stay with us for quite a long time, because there's always more that can be done, more growth that can be acquired. Businesses move through different phases as they expand and grow. And when a business fixes their marketing, so that they've got the right number of new customers and coming in each and every week, rhythmically and predictably at an acceptable cost, because that's part of the scorecard as well, is tracking the cost. When a business is in that situation, well, the life of the business owner and their family and their team, well, it's transformed. It's transformed forever. And it's why, with that outcome, it's why we had over 60 applications to join our coaching program, our in-house coaching program, across the second half of May and the first half of June 2020. Over 60 applications in less than 4 weeks. But we can't cope with that because we're full, so we're looking for smart individuals who can come and work with us using our system and our methodology to make transformations happen for their clients. That's what the opportunity is. And in doing so, you can earn yourself a 6-figure income working with, relatively speaking, a fairly small number of small businesses to help them get more customers. You get to set your own hours, you get to choose how many clients you want because you're your own boss. But very, very doable for you to rapidly join the top 1% of earners in this country in terms of income for yourself. And that means that you can treat yourself and your family to the lifestyle that they deserve. You'll do it by working closely with small businesses to help them. You'll coach them to implement the Entrepreneur's Marketing and Sales System. You'll follow the processes, you'll do exactly as we teach you how to do, and your clients will get the stellar results using that system. And with this EC coaching license, you get all the tools, all the training, all the support to build what for you is an ideal business. And at the same time, you're getting amazing results for your clients. There are really 2 parts to it. Step 1 is everything you need to get clients, because there ain't no good being a coach without any clients. So we help you to get the clients. We've got a system for that. And then there's a step 2 is the system, everything you need to get great results for those clients. Because once you get great results for clients, A, they stay, and B, they tell others about you. So the whole thing moves and gains its own momentum. Now, when it comes to getting great results for clients, we've got a proven system that I've shown you and a framework that will help you to bring that to pass. You've got all the turnkey tools, all the frameworks, all the templates that you need, and you've also got ongoing support and training. Because when people come in as an EC certified coach, you're now part of our family. The Entrepreneur Circle has a reputation. It is, we really are. We have the gas factor. We really do give a shit, and we care about all our members, not just our coaching clients. And we need our coaches to do the same thing. So we have to demonstrate that to you. So we have a team that is in place just to support our licensed coaches and help you to achieve your success. Some of those frameworks and templates that I talked about are things like the growth scorecard that you need, so you're tracking the right score, the marketing collateral quality test, so you can assess objectively how someone's marketing stacks up at the moment, something called the product channel mix to get the right messages out to the right market, a marketing spend calculator that works with any business, the remarketing grid, which is quite advanced and sophisticated tool, but it keeps people coming back in. It's all part of that rhythmic acquisition. The foundation block audit in that second part of the system. Remember the best buyer framework, so we understand who a business's ideal customers really are, and there's much, much more. Just some of the tools are shown on there. My point is I'm making here is that you are not a guinea pig if you come on board and become an EC licensed coach. This is tried, it's tested, it's proven to work. We've got over 50 coaches already. They've got hundreds of coaching clients between them. Those clients have almost all of them been acquired during the lockdown, and you've got the support of an award-winning team, so you're in very, very safe hands. And what you'll be doing is helping to change people's lives. You'll be bringing them less stress, you'll be bringing them more income, you'll be bringing them a better lifestyle for their family. And you're the person that will have done that, but because in the process you'll also acquire those things for yourself and for your family. Now, as I intimated on, there are fundamentally two parts to the training. One, get clients, so you're trained in our methodology to bring clients in, so you've got a viable business yourself. And then secondly, how you deliver results for the clients that you have got. So we train you, we accredit you, you have to pass a test at the end of the training to get certified. You're then equipped with all the tools and the processes and the systems that you need to crack the rhythmic acquisition of customers for any business. So that's what the EC license is all about. We're setting you up to go and work with businesses either in your local area or, because quite a few of our coaches work nationally, but they work in a particular niche. They work with particular types of businesses, and that can work very, very well as well. And that's what this is all about. That's what we equip you to do. Let me explain why our coaches are so successful. Well, as I've already intimated, the first reason is because we give you everything you need to succeed. You're not having to work this out yourself. You're not fumbling around in the dark. You're not doing some trial and error to see. You've got structure and a system and a scorecard and the support to bring it all to fruition. As I mentioned before, those two parts of the training. In simple terms, we train you, we certify you, we support you, we give you everything you need. That helps ensure your success. And getting clients becomes a little bit like 1, 2, 3, because we coach businesses on how to get and keep customers every day. So it wouldn't be much good if we couldn't get our own customers each and every day. And as a certified coach, you'll pass on all this knowledge, all this experience, all the expertise that you will gain. And we're going to pass it down to you so that getting your first client or your 5th client or your 50th client is relatively straightforward for you. There's a system to do that. I'll explain the system very, very briefly now. At its heart is what we call the RUC. Now, the RUC, it stands for really useful content. And really useful content, by definition, is a little bit scarce. Really useful content, you can't have really useful content if you're putting out loads of it. It has to be of the right kind of quality. So some of the things I've got here are really, this is a LinkedIn lead generation booklet. It's 32 pages. It's an absolute template, including the words to use, the messages to use, checklists of exactly how to get clients, if you're a B2B business, through using LinkedIn. This was something we did at the start of lockdown. We called it Operation Protect. And in there was a 90-day checklist for what businesses need to be doing during the lockdown period to get themselves in the best possible state when we come out of lockdown. That's an example of a good piece of RUC, really useful content. When the government announced the bounce back loans, we renamed them bounce forward loans, and this particular piece of RUC, of really useful content, sets out why people should take a bounce back loan, frankly, because almost every business should, because it's the equivalent of free money. And we explain everything, and not just the technical bits of how to go and get it, but the more important bits about why you should get it and what you should use it for to bounce your business forward as you come out of lockdown. That had a big impact on a lot of businesses. They're good examples of RUC, of really useful content. And when you deliver ruck, really useful content out there to a market in the right way, and we teach you and show you the right way to do that, you attract people's attention and people want to talk with you, and that takes then to the next. Everything that we do within the EC coaching license, all roads lead to a discovery session. That's for you as the coach, has a call, it's usually a call, could be on Zoom, but you get on the phone probably for 45 minutes to an hour with a potential customer, and we give you a very strict structure for that call. And what you do in that call is you help them, you give value in advance. You demonstrate further, not beyond what you've done in the rucks, but you demonstrate further that you really know your stuff. And at the end of those discovery calls, people become your clients. Not every time, I get that. I'll talk about ratios in a moment or two. And typically when they become a client, because to implement the EMS, the Entrepreneur's Marketing System, well, that takes time. So typically, the clients come on board for 12 months as a minimum commitment, which is great for you as when you're building a business, because you've got certainty of income for that time, and you've got the time to properly implement the things that need to happen in those businesses to deliver them the results that they want. Now, you can do your coaching face-to-face. We do all of ours in-house, either on the telephone or through Zoom calls, and as indeed do most of our coaches, because they've not had any choice during the lockdown period, and that's how they've got established. And that's a very helpful thing, because it makes you much more effective. There is a fourth pillar on here, which is the add-ons and upsells. Once you've got clients, you may offer some done-for-you services, you may sell them EC products or tickets to Entrepreneur Circle events, and we share all the revenue of that with our coaches. And it can become quite a meaningful revenue stream, but think of it like a bonus for the time being. If we look at some numbers on here, this will be a typical coach coming on board to make this their full-time business. They say, well, I want to get 8 to 12 discovery sessions per month. So 2 or 3 discovery sessions a week. Because if you do that, then what you're going to end up with is you'll convert somewhere between, typically, I mean, you shouldn't do any worse than 1 in 5. Most of our coaches get to 1 in 4, 1 in 3. Some are doing 1 in 2 convert into clients. But you convert them into clients, that kind of ratio that we talk about there. And in our experience, if you're generating 2 discovery sessions a week, then that scales up to a 6-figure income after only 12 or 13 months. And I'll talk you through that a little bit later on. And we train you in a lot of detail in how to get good at handling those discovery sessions in the right time kind of way. Now, other ways our coaches get clients and are so successful is from the EC Certified Coach Directory. This is open to all members of Entrepreneur Circle and non-members as well. They can search and find a coach either in their neighbourhood, in their locality, or in their niche, which is really helpful because it's you that they are finding. You also get your own page within our website, which is like a little micro website of your own, so you don't actually need your own coaching website. That's all done for you. Looks a little bit like this. People can go and tap in where they are in their area and then drill down and find their coaches, and then when they click on the individual coach, the coach's profile page comes up. So we equip you there to get found in a very contemporary, very progressive, very effective way. Another way that we help our coaches to be so successful is you get your very own book, a real physical copy book that I've written called the Entrepreneur's Marketing System. It's all written for you. It's co-authored by me and you. So every one of our coaches has got a version of this book. You get to choose your colour. Your photograph goes on the back cover along with me, and you write the foreword in there that the book's already written. Now that makes you a marketing expert. That's like the ultimate business card. When you're out and about in your area, and it positions you in absolutely the right way, and that's why we do it, and it's another reason why our coaches are so successful, because we've been providing this world-class coaching for over 5 years now. We've been achieving great results. That's because we've learned over those 5 years, we know what works, and we've got a proven system. That's the key thing that you can follow so you can get clients and then get results for those clients. We've helped a lot of businesses. We're now passing that system on to you. And the problem for many business coaches or consultants is that they haven't got a system or a structure. In truth, what they do is quite vague. They've got a lot of knowledge and experience, but the way they package it is open-ended. It's often bespoke for each individual client, and that causes typically a lot more confusion than clarity, and the lack of structure results in some of their clients achieve great success, but a lot of clients of a lot of coaches don't see any change at all. And the truth is, there is a system. And that again is the reason why our coaches are so successful, because we've built a system that will enable you to follow it so you can achieve the results for your clients and you can blow them away with the impact that you have. We give you the training, the tools, the templates, you just got to follow it. All our licensed coaches, this is what you get to give to each of your clients. As part of the license, you get to use these, and in here are the 4 parts of workbooks. They all come in a nice box, so you are omnipresent in your client's office. You look the part. The content in there is world class. It's presented in a world class way, so we are teeing you up to be successful. It's another reason why this works. Another reason why our coaches are so successful, because we want you to build your ideal business. And when it comes to an ideal business, we think it's got these ingredients. Okay, you want a business where there is huge demand. And as I said, especially right now, coming out of the coronavirus pandemic, lots of businesses looking for help and direction. So there is huge demand out there. Low maintenance, because your client, you have a structure. You typically talk to your clients every fortnight. There's a system as to how we do it, so you don't get caught doing low-level work for low-level money. You don't have to invest in any stock. There are no employees that you require. You get a residual income, so the clients that you secure this month are going to pay you every month, typically for the next 12 months. So without you having to make another sale. It's the most beautiful thing in business, having strong residual income when money is coming in on direct debit. It's a very respectable business. You'll very quickly become very influential within your community, your business community. It is low cost both to set up and to run on an ongoing basis. And because of how we're making this available, it's also got very low financial risk. Now that's a fairly, if you score most businesses against that checklist, they might score 3 or 4, but it's actually quite rare that you find a business that scores highly on all 8 of those counts. But being an EC certified coach absolutely does. And what it means is that you'll have money, because it's a very profitable business. I'll show you the numbers in a minute. You'll have time, because the flexibility to do your coaching at times that suits you is one of the most prized elements by most of our coaches. You have status, as I mentioned a moment ago, because you will become much respected and highly influential in your local business community. And it's also one of the most rewarding and fulfilling roles or jobs that you will ever have done, because nothing beats the feeling of helping others to succeed. It's just the most wonderful thing. And we're very fortunate here at Entrepreneur Circle that we get letters every week, gifts most weeks, from our customers and our clients who appreciate the impact that we've had on them. At the day I'm recording this video, I got the most beautiful special gift that anyone has ever sent me. A very, very personal thing, and he's gone to a lot of lengths, and not a trivial amount of money either, just to say thank you because of the impact that we've had. And you, as an EC certified coach, can look forward to that happening to you as well in the future. The final reason why our coaches are so successful is that as an EC certified coach, you're not on your own. You're absolutely not isolated. You've got the network of other coaches, and they've proved to be very supportive of each other during this, especially in this very challenging time. You get dedicated support. We have a coaching team here at HQ that look after you as well. You have access to me. I speak with my coaches regularly, most weeks. You get input, and I create the content and stuff that's coming down the path. And we're all committed to your success, because our certified coaches is the way that we scale the impact of Entrepreneur Circle during our second 10 years. That's what we're building. That army is all about, effectively, is having people not just in the UK but all over the world who are out there coaching the EC system with businesses to create bigger impact. So hopefully you can see when you wrap all that together that this is a fairly heady cocktail in terms of ensuring your success. But what could you earn? Because at the end of the day, it's a business, is this? What financial return can you expect as an EC certified coach? Well, let me say to begin with that it will depend on a number of things. You know, what you bring to the party, your work ethic, the time you devote to the business, how effectively you then spend that time, and of course your own experience and existing skills that you bring in. So lots of factors are at play here. But it is absolutely true that your income will be directly related to the amount of effort that you put in. As I said at the beginning, this isn't easy to do. It does require effort, but when you deploy the effort with the system, you will get the results. And in simple terms, the more effort you put in, the more results you will get out. As I intimated earlier, there are multiple income streams. Our core recommended product price for our coaches is that your clients pay you between £299 and £599 a month. We don't suggest anyone goes any lower than the lowest end of that. We suggest you charge a setup fee of £250 per client, or £249, and then you've also got other options you get established to run group coaching and mastermind groups, which will help you with. You can do done-for-you work if you want to do so for some of your clients, and because you also earn commission or a share of the revenue on any EC products or events that you sell, so that other income coming in there as well can also become quite meaningful once you get established. As far as your costs are concerned, well, it's a very low-cost business. You have not got, you don't need office space, you don't need staff. Your license fee includes all of your training, all of your support, all of your development. You do have to invest in these for each client, but it's a small sum of money. But essentially all you need is a laptop and a telephone. You know, it is essentially a very simple business, but it's a business that has huge potential. And you start making profits just from your first couple of clients, as you'll see in a minute. So let me show you a realistic, hypothetical example. Let's just say that you take 3 months to do all the training and get your first client. Now, just to be clear, most of our existing coaches get their first clients much more quickly than that. But let's just look at that as a hypothetical example. Let's just say that you then sign up just 2 clients a month. So you go slow and steady. And let's assume that the clients pay you our recommended price point, which is £399 a month with a £149 setup fee. So I've reduced the setup fee, but we've got in at our core price there, which is what all our in-house clients are paying. But you're at the lower end of the spectrum. We'll ignore in this model any and all additional income. The reality is it's very difficult not to get some additional income, but for the purpose of this model, we'll exclude it altogether. Now, as I said, these figures I'm going to show you now, they're just for illustration. They're not a promise or a guarantee or a warranty of any kind. I'm just showing you what we believe is achievable, but many factors will influence your success. So with that said, let's look at this example here. So in the first 2 months, you're not going to get any income on the model, on the hypothesis that we're working on. In practical terms, it's entirely feasible to get money in the first month, and many of our coaches have done it. But we're giving you 2 months where no money comes in. In the third month, we're assuming that you secure your first 2 clients. So you've now got 2 clients in total. You'll receive, on the basis of the fees that we said there, £298 in setup fees and £798 in terms of the first of the monthly payments from those. So your income will go just over £1,000 in month 3. Now in month 4, you sign up another 2 clients. So you've got 4 clients now, 2 more setup fees for those newbies that have come on board, and your coaching income, the monthly income, has now gone up to just under £1,600. So your total income in the 4th month, just under £1,900 from the 4 clients that you've got. In month 5, 2 more clients, 2 more setup fees, total income in the month now up to £2,700 almost. 2 more clients come in month 6, now up to just under £3,500. In month 7, 2 more clients come on board. We're now over £4,000 of revenue. In month 8, we go through £5,000 for the first time. Another 2 clients in month 9 takes us to 5,800. 2 clients in month 10 takes us to 6,600. And in month 11, we're at over 7,000. And by the end of the 12th month, you've got 20 clients and you've got monthly income coming in, this is your residual income, of £7,980 plus those setup fees that come in as a one-off. Now, £7,980 a month, if you then stop recruiting, it means in your second year you keep those clients, then your income could be as much as £95,000 a year from those 20 clients. And indeed, an EC certified coach with just 21 clients, each paying $399 a month, would be earning the equivalent of a six-figure income, £8,379 a month, which is over £100,000 a year. And getting to 21 clients is really doable if you follow the system and do the right things. You can do it at your own pace, get one client a week and you're there in 6 months. Do one a fortnight, as I've done on that model, and you get there in 12 months. Take a little bit longer if you want to do it, then you can do so, but because your income will be directly related to the effort that you put into this business. If we follow through into that second year and we kept on growing the business at the rate that we talked about, so just 2 clients a month, so you end up at 44 clients there at the end of that second year, then you've got income there, over £17,000 a month of income, and over £200,000 has come in during the first 2 years. And you're not doing this on your own. We will train you, we'll equip you, we will support you with the techniques, the strategies, and there's always new stuff coming out. These 3 pieces of ruck that I showed you earlier have all been developed this year. There'll be others that will come along and come down the pipe, because we're feeding our coaches, because we see now the whole Future of Entrepreneur Circle intrinsically linked with our EC coaches. So we're all in this together. That's why we will support you. Let's talk about time. Our in-house team, Michelle and Stuart and all that you met earlier on, well, they work with 50 clients each. That's their capacity. And they speak with those clients, broadly speaking, every 2 weeks. So that's 25 clients a week, split it evenly. That will be 5 clients a day. Most client calls last for around an hour because it's all structured. So that's 5 hours a day or 3 days a week to get to 50 clients once you're full and you're not doing the client acquisition and the discovery calls. But it delivers a very steady, reliable income. And don't forget, because the amount that each individual business is paying you makes you very affordable. This isn't costing them thousands of pounds a month. It's costing you a small number of hundreds of pounds a month for your services, and the impact that you're able to have for that makes you very valuable. It's why we've got a very good track record of businesses staying with their coach and sticking with it for a prolonged period of time. So you've got steady, reliable income, plus you've got the flexibility with your time. So that, again, hopefully articulates that picture as to what you could earn as a certified coach. Now, our promise is to you, what we will give you if you were to come on board and your application was successful, well, we'll help you to become super successful. We know the model works. It's been tested and proven now with dozens of great coaches and our own real life experience of over 10 years. So we can guarantee that you'll get the following. We'll help you to grow a profitable business. We will train you to get the clients and get results for those clients. We will continue to reinvest in this business, keeping it cutting edge in both client acquisition for you as a coach and also for your clients. We'll grant you a license to use all our stuff. It's all mapped out there so you can use it in your business to grow your own business. We'll keep in touch with you regularly. We'll only ever be a phone call away, and you will get that gas factor that I mentioned earlier, because we really do give a shit from the whole EC team, and that means that you're never going to be on your own as an EC certified coach. Specifically, when you join, what you'll get is this very intensive initial training. It's all delivered online, so you can go through it at a pace that suits you. Some can binge it and go through it in a week. Others have taken 6 weeks, but it's up to you. You set the pace. You'll get structured support. I'll outline that structure in a moment, so we get you off to the best possible start and then keep your momentum going. You get accreditation. Then once you pass the test at the end of your training, you are certified as an EC certified coach. You then get a 3-year license to deliver the whole system and all the tools that are then within that system. There's over 20 of them, so you get a license to use all those tools as well. You get the turnkey content, things like the Operation Protect, the LinkedIn guide, the bounce forward load stuff will give you content that will enable you to convert them into discovery sessions. We'll then give you the training and the license to use our discovery session structure, so you'll convert clients more easily. We'll provide you with other quality content that you can utilize in your market to position yourself as the best marketing coach in your area or in your niche. You get joint authorship of the book that I mentioned. You get to choose how many copies of that book you want. You do have to buy those books separately, but you've got that authorship, the artwork's all done. It's effectively you and me wrote this book together once you've come on board as an EC certified coach. We share with you the templated Facebook ad campaigns. We give you all the email follow-up stuff that you can copy and paste into your system. We have monthly virtual trainings. In fact, they're happening more than once a month now, where we how to become a better coach sessions. We get different guests coming in, so we continue to broaden your knowledge and your expertise on an ongoing basis. Then we pull all our coaches together 3 times a year for our face-to-face gatherings, so you'll be welcome to come along and join us for that. And then any ongoing help and support that you need from the EC coaching team. And don't underestimate the value of that, because it is hard building a business, especially from scratch, and being able to pick up the phone and talk to Elizabeth or others in the team is hugely, hugely valuable. And the thing is here, you see, I've made the decision that our licensed coaches are the future of Entrepreneur Circle. So we are heavily vested in your success if you come on board and join us in this. We need you to succeed, and that's why we'll do all we can to help you to get clients and then help you to deliver results for those clients. There's weekly calls, the gatherings, there's a private Facebook group which is great just for all our licensed coaches, and that structured support I mentioned comes in the form of cohorts. And this is something that we've developed over the last 6 months. So when you arrive at the beginning, you're in cohort 1. And in cohort 1 are all our coaches that are not yet certified. So you're going through the training, but you haven't yet taken or passed the test. And you stay in cohort 1 until you've passed the test. Once you are certified, you move into cohort 2, which is our getting started cohort, and you'll be in there with a group with other coaches who are just getting started. Now, cohort number 2 is where typically people spend the least amount of time, because the cohort 2 is all about getting you your first proper client. Once you've got your first proper client, you move into cohort 3, and that is called Getting to 6. And that is getting you your next 5 clients. Because once you've got 6 clients, you know how to do it. You know how to get clients. So you then move into cohort 4, which is called Getting Growth. And in Getting Growth, you're surrounded with other coaches who are consistently and rhythmically getting new coaching clients. Now, at any point beyond 6 clients, the only way you get to self-opt-in is to cohort number 5. And cohort number 5 is called Getting Content. In other words, you're happy with where you're at. You're not looking to get new clients. So we have a cohort for our coaches who are not looking to grow. So if you think about it, all those first 4 cohorts are all about driving growth in your business. But there comes a point when you don't want any more growth. You just want to look after the clients that you've got and keep them and do a great job for them and become more effective at what you do. And at that point, you go into cohort number 5. The Getting Content cohort. So that's a very structured way that we support you, and it means you're always surrounded by people at the same stage or phase as you are, because who you hang around with matters. Interesting, we do involve some of our more experienced coaches helping our less experienced people. So people in cohort 4 and 5 are helping others in cohorts, 3 in particular, and getting people up to getting the rhythmic acquisition sorted through. but essentially you're part of a community here, and the community works together because everyone's driving towards the same goals. Just to remind you what those goals are, you get everything you need to build and grow a hugely profitable, highly rewarding coaching business that can generate many thousands of pounds a month for you. You're going to get all the training, all the tools, all the templates, everything you need to not only get all the clients that you want, but also to make a big impact on your client businesses. So who makes a great coach? Well, one of the things we've learned over the last 10 years is that the biggest single factor in determining the success of a certified coach is the individual themselves. Well, what I mean by that is, if we equip 100 people with the exact same tools and techniques and training, and we put them into identical situations out there in the real world, they would all achieve different results. So we learned some of the characteristics that help this to be successful, and it's made us very fussy about who we let in, especially because it's you are, whilst you can build this under your own brand, and we encourage that, but you will have somewhere the nomenclature that you are an EC certified coach, so you carry our brand with you, and that means that you can't just write a check and come in. You do have to pass our application process, and as the attributes and the characteristics that we're looking for are these. I don't think these will come as a surprise to you, but people that have got a bit of an entrepreneurial flair, people who are switched on, who can spot opportunities to develop and grow their own business as well as other people's. Entrepreneurial flair is a big piece. We are at heart a very entrepreneurial organisation, so that's something that is important for people that are going to be successful at this. We are looking for people with ambition. I'm not really looking for people that only want to have 3 or 4 clients. I'm looking for people that want to be at least in double figures. Because, I mean, the high level of earnings doesn't just come when you buy the license. You have got to put in the work and effort. And if there isn't the ambition and the drive to do that, then you'll likely come up short. So ambition is an important factor. Probably the most important factor is the third one. We're looking for people. Because our successful coaches are all genuinely good people. They can build rapport and they can get on with pretty much anybody. They're friendly, they smile a lot, they're genuinely interested in others, they give a shit, and they've got the likability factor, as Louis Walsh would say if they went on X Factor. So that's a really important one. Attitude matters as well. Attitude at the end of the day is the foundation of everything in life. And you will have setbacks as a certified coach. It won't all go wonderfully well and swimmingly. You will have setbacks. How you are going to respond to that will play a big part in where you actually end up. And the 5th characteristic, we like doers as opposed to talkers. Doers make progress, they get on, they execute. Not everything they do works first time, but they've got a very high metabolic rate. Doers tend not to whinge and whine either, because again, that's not what we're about. Life's too short to be surrounded with people that whinge and whine. So if that's you, probably best to give this a miss. But if you hit those other criteria there, then it could well be worth us having a conversation, because there's an opportunity here for you to generate, very large income for yourself while doing something very rewarding and very fulfilling. At the end of the day, it will be you that's out and about on your patch in your niche, and you will be the single biggest factor in determining your success. Just to be clear, you don't need previous coaching experience, and in some ways it's almost better if you haven't got it, because we can teach you the EC way. And you don't need previous marketing experience, although that can be very helpful. If you've run a business or you've got experience of marketing, clearly it can be helpful. But again, hand on heart, it isn't necessary, because we teach you all that you need to know in the EMS system. Might take you a little bit longer to get up to speed if you've got no previous marketing experience, but you absolutely can do it. Should we meet 1 or 2 of our existing coaches? These are people that came on board, part of the 60 that came on board in the second half of January and the early part of February 2020. We took on business owners, existing coaches, some consultants, osteopaths, IT specialists, accountants, designers. There's one guy that runs an adventure playground operator. We train, certify and equip you with everything you need, so your background what's it will be helpful to you isn't going to be a decisive factor as to whether this would work for you or not. Here's what some of them say. Rachel Ford got her first client in 2 weeks. Having researched a variety of off-the-shelf programs, many were very expensive and focused on the American market with a very different business culture. The EC license is the opposite, and it's perfect. The training has equipped me with all the tools and knowledge I need to be able to deliver results for my clients, and the teamwork, collaboration and support from EC has also been amazing. Sim Goldblum is a very experienced guy. It was the perfect fit for my existing business. I'm using the coaching license, says Sim, to give my existing clients a clearly defined process to improve their marketing. It's a tremendous value add for them and very profitable for me. He didn't have an issue getting clients because he had the relationships already, and he plugged our system into his existing proposition and used it to catapult himself forward. This story is really interesting. Nicola McLennan, who is an osteopath, £50,000 of additional income already in what is only 4 months. The training's fantastic because it's bang up to date. Every step has an extra how to coach it section, which I found invaluable. Once you're certified, there's an enormous amount of support to help you get clients, as well as tons of done for you content to use. It's already been the best business decision I've ever made. I've already got 9 clients which are on track to add more than £50,000 to my income this year, and I'm only just getting started. And that's all happened during lockdown, of course. Karen Burge, one of the best decisions I've ever made. I invested as soon as I saw it, and it's one of the best decisions ever. I've been so impressed by the breadth and depth of the training, the support from the team, and the templates and materials given to us. It makes running a coaching business as easy as 1, 2, 3. Got my first client already, came in after just a few weeks. And Adam Withy said it's a genuine dream come true. The idea of building a future where I am my own boss, setting my own hours, spending time doing what I love in the area that I love, all made the coaching license a dream come true for me. The support you get is amazing. There's always someone on hand. Fazana Patel up in the northwest near Bolton has already paid for itself. The EC license has been one of the best investments I've ever made. It's already paid for itself. It's such an excellent program. Teaches and tells you exactly what to do to get results for clients and how to sell the program to prospects. Tim Holmes, again, only the first few months, £1,200 a month already. I love that the training is straightforward and to the point. There's no unnecessary waffle, plus the fact that you can complete it in your own time. So far, I've had 8 conversations and signed up 4 clients to help them implement the EC's proven system. That's £1,200 a month for me and a 50% conversion rate. And I've got, again, lots of stories like that. There are other videos you can see and watch, again, a bit more depth on some of that. Other things you need to know to complete this information session. Well, there are no territories with an EC coaching license. You've got complete flexibility on how and where you get clients, so we don't constrain you geographically. You can use your brand, so if you're an existing coach, you don't have to change that at all. All you do have to do is you use this little badge that we'll give you, your Entrepreneur Circle Certified Coach. You use that alongside it. When you use any of our content in particular, things like the Rooks there, you just need to make it clear that you're using it as an EC Certified Coach, but you can absolutely build your brand out there, which I know is important to a lot of people. Similarly, you can use the EC Certified Coach brand, but you've got the choice. You're in control. You get a 3-year license. So you get our commitment into this for three years, but you're in control because you can give 6 months notice at any time. We can't. We grant you the license and we are obligated to support you for 3 years. But if you decide for any reason at any point and things happen in life that it's not what you want, then you can give 6 months notice to exit at any time. So that puts you in control, but also gives you the certainty and surety that you need. You do get lots of help to get clients, things like the Rook, the really useful content that I mentioned earlier on. There'll be lots of that. We'll continue to produce that for you. And don't forget, you do get your own book. We do that. It's not a money maker for us. We do it to help position our certified coaches in the best possible way. And once you've passed the pass the test and become certified. We tell you how to get that and go about getting that. And we do print runs on the book 3 times a year. We print them all together to keep the cost down for you. That's how that works. The investment to become an EC certified coach, I think you'll like this a little bit. Certainly if you've looked around at the other coaching programs that are out there in the UK, I mean, they're all asking for very significant investment. And what is interesting is that we have had franchisees, more than one, of some of these businesses that you see on this screen here, apply to join our coaching program to help them get clients. Because where the EC system excels is helping our coaches to get clients. We're all about making an impact with our clients when we get them, but you haven't got a business unless or until you've got clients. So we looked at this and the market, what we've got here, and the big driver for me is all about impact now. It's all about impact, about helping more businesses to achieve more than they ever thought possible. So when I mapped it all out, we looked at what we were giving, because there's a huge amount of stuff that we're providing here, the ongoing support, all the collateral, all the templates, all the structure, all the systems. And I thought, well, a fair price to put on this would be an initial kind of training fee, joining fee of £10,000, and then £1,000 a month license on an ongoing basis. But I want impact, and if I went out at that price to market, I would definitely bring on some coaches, but we'd be bringing them on, in 1 or 2 at a time. I want impact. I want to make this accessible to people, so the right people can use all our content, all our structure, all our systems, and take it out there and put it to good use in the world. So I've put my money where my mouth is, and that's not the price that we are asking. It's considerably less than that. So to come on board as an EC certified coach, assuming you pass the application process, your initial investment required is just half what it should be. £4,999 for the initial joining and training fee, and a monthly license of just £399. Now that makes it the most cost-effective coaching program anywhere in the UK, and what you're also getting is actually what I would stack up there as the best coaching program anywhere in the UK. You really are getting an extraordinary product, a world-class product for what is very accessible investment. People say, are there any other costs, Nigel, apart from the license fees? And the answer, broadly speaking, is no. You do have to invest in these. You get a box with the books in for every client. But that is, it's well under £100 per client, so it's a trivial investment in the whole scheme of things, and you only have to get them when you get clients, so there's no other cost there. You have to print the copies of you have to pay for your copies of the book if you want them, but fundamentally you need a decent laptop and a phone and somewhere to work at home, and really your costs are going to be very tiny, beyond that. In terms of how long it would take you to get to a 6-figure income, no one's done it in less than 6 months. So somewhere between 6 months and 2 to 3 years, if you go at a more leisurely pace. But you saw the model before. You need to maintain 20 plus clients for 12 months to earn a 6-figure income. So you've got to get the clients to that level and then maintain it. That's how that will work. In terms of how you'll find clients, all that is in the training. All the tools, all the templates, all the system you need is in the training once you come on board. And if you think this might be for you, the next steps to take are to click the link below and fill in the form. Tell us a bit about yourself, about who you are, why you want to do this, and then submit that form. There's no application fee at this point at all, and then what we'll do, we'll then schedule a call on the phone with our coaching performance director, and they'll talk with you and answer any questions that you've got, find out more about you, make sure that you are a fit. They'll tell you if you're not. And they'll also explain if you're interested in the payment plans that are available, and then you can take it from there. There is a very simple license that you would then get to look at and agree, but it's very, very straightforward. There's nothing in there to catch you out. And then you come on board. The training is all online, so you can then get going very quickly once you've made the decision that's right for you, and we've decided that you're right for EC as well. So the next steps are to complete the form below. Once you've done that, then, as I said, that will trigger the conversation. And once you have the conversation, you then decide if this is the right thing for you. as we introduce more coaches into our network, the initial investment is likely to rise. So it won't be at this price that it's available to you now, probably in 3 or 4 months' time. But listen, take the time, understand it properly, watch this video again if you need to, ask any questions of Ben or Audrey when you speak with them. But for that to happen, you just need to fill in the form below and then we can take it from there. Thank you for watching. I hope that's been helpful. And if you do come on board, then we'll get to meet each other really very, very soon. Hey, we could be co-authors on a book within a matter of weeks. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.
What I love about this coaching is that before, I was the one who had to put all the processes in place in my business. And it's always been quite hard to get all those proven processes in place, as well as doing everything else in the business and getting results with it.
We are seen as being accomplished, capable and recognized, and have the material to help businesses.
Being exposed to the range and depth of material and subjects that are made available to us as coaches at EC, the training process really captured, clarified and brought through a whole lot of the thoughts that I have, both as an accountant and as a business owner myself. The best bit about being part of the EC certified program for me is simply the structure. To be able to take something that could otherwise be very amorphous and very intangible and have it in a clearly thought through, logical, step-by-step process, to be able to then deliver that onto your own clients and add some real value into their business has to be the best part of this.
Easy training was not exactly what I expected. It was easy at the same time, lengthy. I didn't expect that much content in it. Thoroughly enjoyed it. It is entirely up to you how fast you want to go.
I've been in business for 27 years and I think when I went through the training I just assumed that I would know everything, and even though I knew lots of it, there was sections in there which I hadn't really come across before. The best bit about being an EC certified coach is, well, there's a few bits I suppose. There's having the organisation, Nige and his team behind us, and we've got the group, so the other coaches, and I guess all the training, the expertise, and there's always somebody there to go to if you need any help or assistance.
Well, the EC staff are they're like a family. Not a dysfunctional one, I'd like to add, but they're like a really supportive family. So if you need help with anything, then lift the phone. We have all the coaches get together on a Zoom call. Again, that's really supportive as well. And you can ask questions ahead of time on that Zoom call and they will be answered, because your question is probably a question that the other coaches have thought of. So you're helping everyone by asking the questions.
You've got a really fantastic system, tried and tested. So it's not like you are just trying to prove to people that you've got ideas to share with them. You can actually show them how to track the results. And having used those in my own business, I've also got the evidence from that. So having that coaching program with that system, it makes things really clear.
And the brilliant thing about the training is that I can, even though I've been certified, done the exam, I can go over the training and just keep on kind of enhancing my knowledge, because the videos are just always there for me to go over. But the training is just so valuable when you play the videos. Nigel and his team, the depth of the teaching and the training for us coaches is just really, really high quality.
As Nigel himself says, the rhythmic acquisition of new clients is at the core of what you do. And to be able to bring that with other knowledge and experience is an excellent route.
I've currently got 4 clients who I'm working with from a variety of different sectors, which I find really good because each one has their own individual challenges, but they're also, the overall program can consistently be applied to everybody, but it's just interesting seeing how it can be applied in different markets and different industries.
if you're wondering whether to join the certified coaching program, what I'd say is you need to have enough time to initially commit to it. But it's very enjoyable, and there's nothing better than actually seeing somebody improve their business, and you've been intrinsic in that improvement. That's really lovely.
If you want to give back, if you want to really help other business owners to develop, go for it. It's well worth it.
It is not going to be easy. You have to work at it, but it is just something that is so needed by small businesses out there.
As long as you know what you want to achieve, why you want to achieve it, that will be the best outcome.
It's definitely the best coaching that I've come across. I've had a look at various different options, and without a doubt, this is the one I would choose again if I was in a position of looking.
I have not seen anything else of this quality in coaching on the market anywhere. So I say, if you're thinking of coaching, then EC Certified Coach is definitely the way to go.